Another team looking to get back to a regional final that was in the state final 4 a season ago, the Big Walnut Golden Eagles. They have not lost since week number 1. So you want to talk about a team that is just clicking on all cylinders right now, heading into their regional semifinal showdown. And Bryce Coder was there for tonight's showcase against Canal Winchester, my friend. And boy, fly Eagles fly seems to be like that's a common theme here on the Friday Night Pigskin, and I think we get more of the same here this week.
Yeah, it seems like every single time I think we're going to have a competitive contest, Big Walnut seems to prove me wrong with a blowout victory. They haven't been scored on since week 9. Tonight, no difference with a 35-0 victory. Taking no time at all, a quick 3-and-out on the first drive of the game, but Eli Stumpf to Nolan Buirley on the very first play of their offensive drive. 60 yards for a touchdown, and they were already ahead. Still on the first quarter, and punching it in is Nolan Buirley after an Owen Pollock 26-yard reception from Eli Stumpf that was downed at the 1. Then another one. We're still in the first quarter, 4:55 remaining. Nolan Buirley with the 8-yard rushing touchdown, handing it off once again, this time for 56 yards. And this will prove his 30th touchdown of the season total with the receiving touchdown earlier on in the first quarter. But still not done. A pitch to Nolan Buirley, and he will secure his 30th rushing touchdown of the season. Not only that, crossing 2,000 rushing yards on the season here in Week 13. Big Walnut wins 35-0 over Canal Winchester, and they're moving on to the regional final.
Bryce, we knew this team was going to be really good. That's, of course, why we stacked the deck with our coverage this year. You've been at every single Big Walnut game. And if you take away the 37 points that they allowed on opening night, I think they've only given up 26 the rest of the year. So the highlights are amazing on offense. I brought this up last week, though. Man, they haven't been scored on in a month, Bryce. This is a crazy defensive team right now that's coming together at the right time.
Between the last 2 games against Walnut Ridge and now against Canal Winchester, this defense has 8 total turnovers that they've created, interceptions. There are 2 fumbles tonight that they're able to jump on top of. A couple of them were kind of unforced errors, but they are just so good at what they do.
And then, of course, Nolan Buirley, man, that guy, he just seems like every time he touches the ball, if you're a defensive coordinator, you're holding your breath. You're just hoping that you made a right play call. That guy's unbelievable. 30 touchdowns now. And no matter where he's at on the field, he can run through the middle, take it to the outside. I mean, Bryce, I feel like he gives you a chance on offense, regardless of what else is working around you. The Nolan Buirley show, that is a performance that I'm always willing to buy tickets for.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he is so strong, so fast, just an all-around fantastic player. And, you know, it seems like situations where they get a 15-yard penalty, their setback, or a call doesn't go their way, that only seems to invigorate them, and it goes against the opponent that they're playing because they'll come up with a 70-yard touchdown run just seemingly out of nowhere. And tonight, I mean, not as much success as we're used to seeing, only 9 yards per carry, is averaging 10.5 for the season. But, I mean, the defensive line, they were quick off the edge. Credit to Canal Winchester. They were able to force, I think, 4 sacks on the night, and they stopped Nolan Buirley a number of times. But still, on his off nights, he's getting over 200 rushing yards on the night.
Yeah, pretty crazy, man. So, of course, they are moving on. This is what is left. We all kind of anticipated the rematch, Bryce, with Massillon, of course, taking care of business against the Sales on the road. So, initial thoughts, knowing that we're going to get this head-to-head. We're hoping at Arlen Field again, a great venue for that. Just what are you expecting when these two teams get together again this year?
Oh, it should be a good one. And looking at the scores coming into it, I mean, Massillon, Washington is absolutely decimated St. Francis de Sales. And I thought, you know, if that game is close, then Big Walnut has a pretty good chance of, you know, blowing it out. But, I mean, seeing the offense of Massillon, Washington, it's very, very convincing. So I think we're going to see a slugfest.
It just has a different feel to me, though, this year, Bryce. Even though it's kind of deja vu in Big Walnut last year, they lose on opening night to Watterson. They run off all the wins and then get to a state Final Four. They felt like a big underdog, I think, to pretty much the entire state when they went head-to-head with Massillon. I don't really get that vibe this year from this team because they brought just about everybody back. So would you anticipate the Big Walnut is going to go in feeling like they're a favorite in this one? Or is it still the big bad Tigers who won it a couple of years ago and you feel like maybe they're still the team to beat?
I certainly think that Big Walnut feels like they're the favorite and they're the better team coming into this one. And I honestly think that Massillon, Washington coming into it might feel like they're a little bit of the underdogs, just how strong Big Walnut has been all season long. So a bit of a role reversal, perhaps. We'll see how that plays out.